So I have the same setup from yesterday's video. I've got the special point and control chart over here. I've got Thursday morning's playback data loaded from last week. So that would be Thursday, June 26th. I've got the playback data loaded right up to 9:30. So I'm going to practice trade the New York Open from Thursday since I didn't get to last week. I just marked out all my levels on the point and control chart. I did a video yesterday showing exactly how to set this up. This is the MMT Ultimate POC with the candles being transparent, so all that you can see is the POCs. And this is a 5-minute chart. So I just scrolled down with my cursor here. I found a lot of point and controls right along this area, so I drew a line there. A lot of point and controls in this area, drew a line here. Just looking for all these point and controls that are on the same price point, and I'm drawing these purple lines. We had 3 right at the same price point right there in pre-market, and that lined up with some point and controls back here. Little cluster there, right there, and down here. So now that I've got all the lines drawn out pre-market, I'm going to go back into my data series, change the body outline to silver and the wick to silver. So now I can see the 5-minute candles and where the point of control is on the 5-minute candles. And I can also see these special support and resistance levels. And I'm also looking for price to potentially gravitate towards one of these lines. So I might use one of these lines for a take profit as well. So this is off to the right hand side. I've got my 60-minute chart, the higher time frame with the key levels, daily session volume profiles. This 1-minute chart is from a video I did last week. I've got all the settings in that video. It's called A System Based on Momentum. And then there's another one called Building on the Momentum System. I've got Heiken Ashi painting the background and the candle outlines. And then I've got the trend and reversal painting the insides of the candles. And I've got an input series of the volume. So this is showing me when volume is increasing or decreasing. So in a down move, I want to see volume increasing, this white color. In an up move, I want to see volume increasing as well, this white color. So I'm just going to do some practice trading and see what I can find here. I always do my practice testing at the 1-time speed, so it's just like trading in the live markets. Helps me practice patience and better mimics the live real-time markets. So this is the first 1-minute candle of the New York Open. It's very indecisive so far. We've got wicks on both sides there. Got a triple signal on the signal counter. We're coming down, but volume is not increasing yet. It's got a black inside of the candle. If it turns white, we might get some more momentum to the downside. So as we were coming down, the candle stayed black the whole time. That means volume was still decreasing, and that move did not go anywhere. We rejected right off of London Open. This candle isn't very pretty. Got point of control drawn up into this wick. Coming down, and the volume is still decreasing. I'm going to take a bounce off of the VWAP area here. Still decreasing. Going to add in and look to target London Open. Got this volume line down here at 15. Volume is still not increasing, so I think this down move is invalid for the moment. Just got the target. Volume is increasing as we're moving up here. Got a big wick there. Coming down, volume is still decreasing. Gonna wait to see what it wants to do now. See if we're gonna break down, head towards yesterday's New York Open. If we're gonna try to rally higher here. On the daily chart, looks like we're at all-time highs there. Volume is still decreasing. Delta's starting to drift up. Here's the volume coming in. Let's see which way it pushes. It's trying to push to the downside. Not much delta coming in yet. Not much volume coming in yet. And take another bounce trade off of pre-market low. Just expecting it to pull up to VWAP possibly. Now we're getting some volume coming in as we're making this move down. Gonna get out, go short. Look to target right above whole number. Stops going down. I'll put it right above 15-minute center. Target. Saw the volume increasing there, so we're making this down move. So got into the short, got a volume level down here at 96. It's also where the midnight level is. I like a bounced trade there at whole number. That was an interesting fill. Yesterday's New York Open was right at whole number. We had the midnight level, we had this volume level. Went for the bounce trade there. Got some decent delta coming in on this candle. Volume's picking up as we're climbing a little bit here. Got a signal counter signal there, making the move down, but volume is decreasing. Gonna go for another bounce trade. Gonna target right under the point of control from this last 1 minute candle. Stop up a little bit. Right behind these key levels. See, we're pushing up. Gonna get out of this trade early. The volume wasn't really coming in. It's kind of decreasing. Looks a little bit indecisive. Got out a few ticks early, but we just would have hit the take profit there. 4 trades, I think, maybe 5. 1 loser, the rest winners. Up over 600 so far. 11 minutes into the New York Open. In the live markets, I would be trading the micros, but this is the same exact way that I would be trading the micros. With the regular NQ contracts, I wouldn't have stops that wide unless I had a much larger account. I'm only trading the 25K and 50K prop firm accounts, so I trade the micros on those. Had a nice triple signal counter back here, nice move down. Nice 4 signal on the signal counter. Nice pop up from this area back up to VWAP. Getting a rejection off of VWAP and the 15-minute center. I really could just be done for the day. It's easier to stay hyper focused for shorter amounts of time. So if things are lining up first thing in the morning, it's good to call it early sometimes. We also had this special point of control level right where VWAP and the 15-minute center were. Trying to make this push down again, but volume is still decreasing. Don't see any increase in the volume yet. Got another big cluster of key levels down here. Now as we're popping up, volume is increasing. We got point of control down in this wick. Just bounced off of that purple point of control level that I drew pre-market. 96, just popped up over 20 points. Got another signal on the signal counter. I'd have more of a long bias if we had a nice close above the 15-minute center, above VWAP, and above the 20 SMA. Trying to push higher, volume is decreasing. Get the black inside of the candle. Volume is still decreasing. Gonna go for a short off of the 20 SMA right there. I stop above this cluster of key levels here. Oh, now the volume's picking up. See which way it pushes. Had the close button ready. Volume was coming in. We just got to push to the downside. There's probably some 945 news on Thursday, I'm guessing. It's got a bunch of negative delta. It's one thing about playback practice trading. I usually do not check the news for that day. If this 5-minute candle closes up, we're going to have 3 big wicks down here. On the 5-minute chart, volume has been decreasing for the past 2 minutes. Just waiting for volume to step in and push in one direction or the other. I do like the idea of a bounce off of this cluster, especially if there's not a bunch of delta or a bunch of volume coming in. It's also the pre-market center from yesterday in this area. Got kind of a bullish candle there. Unless we break below the low here, I'd say we'll probably retest yesterday's close. I don't have any other point of control lines below this. Most of the volume on the 5-minute chart when I was marking everything out is in this area. You can also use this point of control support and resistance method on higher time frames to get a wider range of lines. Alright, we're coming down, got volume increasing a little bit, got delta increasing a little bit. Haven't had any major moves today so far, so I would feel pretty good about taking a bounce trade from this big cluster of key levels here. If we had just been dropping like a knife for the past 5 minutes or something, I might not, but seems like pretty slow, easygoing markets today so far. Some strong negative delta on that last candle, but we have point of control drawn down into the wick here. Did break below the low of this candle, so we're going to make it down to yesterday's close. Volume's decreasing, delta is drying up a little bit. Put my take profit at the midnight level, put my stop below this cluster of key levels here, and just wait and see if anything changes that makes me want to get out early one way or the other. Got delta increasing still. Looks like it one ticked us there. There we go, got the take profit. So just because I don't want to have to edit a ton of video, I'm going to stop trading right there. This is also why I stopped recording non-stop during my live trades during the New York Open sessions, because just way too much video editing. But when I can just mess around in playback mode for 20 minutes and be more present to be able to describe exactly what I'm looking for on a case-by-case basis, it's a little bit easier. I don't have to go through an hour or an hour and a half of video to try and whittle it down to a watchable 10 minutes or so. So yeah, if you're looking for the chart setup for this chart, the 1-minute chart, check out the momentum system and building on the momentum system, those videos from last week. The only thing I did is change the input for the trend and reversal to the volume, so the insides of the candles are measuring volume increase or decrease. And then yesterday's video will explain the point of control settings if you want to make your own key levels based on the point of control of the candlesticks. And I highly encourage you to try other time frames like the 15-minute or 60-minute, 240-minute. So ended up over 900 bucks. I don't know, 6 or 7 trades or something like that. One loser, the rest winners. For the losing trade, as soon as I saw, I think it was right here, as soon as I saw volume picking up to the downside, I got out and switched my position. I really like being able to track volume and delta both and see where the Heiken Ashi is all in the same chart. So we've got the MMT Ultimate Delta, the MMT Ultimate Heiken Ashi painting the backgrounds, and the MMT Trend and Reversal measuring the volume increase and decrease on this particular chart. There are links to all the fun toys in the description, and anyone that's out there using code MonkeyMan is absolutely amazing. Thanks so much for the support. Apex has their 80% off sale going on. Take Profit Trader still has 30% off and no activation fee. Tradeify and TradeDay have some great deals. Hope you got some good ideas for your own trading. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.
Lady can open and close the vagina.